Hello YouTube fans, here again. So I've a look a bit like a Rooper Dooper today. Been dark out in the sun and you can see got a little bit of a sunburn, so I'm a little bit red than what I normally am. That's thanks to our wonderful sun. But I can't moan, it's been a beautiful day, the sun's been hot and so on. But that's not why I'm speaking. As I'm talking about programs, reviews, movie reviews and different topics, why not this one? I talked about the very first ever episode, and then why not a classic episode? The Christmas special of Anybody Fall in Love? Yep, EastEnders, which some people call EastEnders. Fuck it, I thought about its proper name, EastEnders. These were the days of Den and Anza. These were the days when I used to watch it, when you had Lofter, you had myself, you had Arthur, you had every actor what was with fuck. Why not? But the Christmas special, everybody knows it. It was the one in 1986 where Dirty Den did Angie at the Force Papers. It said the famous lines, Happy Christmas, Hans. That was the one. Now, I do know originally it was an idea originally, and even Lassie Nathan, I can pronounce his name right, may he rest. Lassie Nathan. I can never say his name right. Lassie Nathan. I'll just say that. Thought of an idea of why not get the divorce papers, put them in a turkey, Christmas dinner, Auntie cuts it up and finds the divorce papers, and the Dirty Den, played by Leslie Nanford, would say the tacit lines, Happy Christmas Hands, and it's divorce papers. The idea of BBC saw it, thought it was a bit nah, and got rid of it. And in this occasion, I delete BBC for once you got something right, because nobody tends Leslie Nathan, but it wouldn't work. Because for one, putting it in the oven, it's going to melt in the turkey. You've got all the oil, everything going in that turkey. It's going to be melting it down. There'd be nothing to read. It'd be half the fucking words would be fucking melted. These are your force papers. I can't even fucking read it. It's melting me fucking oil off the turkey and stuffing and whatever else. So it wouldn't work. It wouldn't. So I'm kind of happy they went with the other idea of what they used. So the first Christmas special was in '85. There wasn't a lot to run home about, but this one, they wanted to make this one more iconic, more memorable, and so on. And let's not forget the bit where Arthur has a nervous breakdown. If anyone ever seen EastEnders, you know that the character of Arthur broke the law. He was a naughty boy. He went to prison and he did so many months. He's now out of prison. And you kind of got the idea he's had a nervous breakdown. And this actor, may rest in peace, I think he did a good performance. I say it again. I think he did a good performance. The bit where he's going near the table, he pushes everything, you see anger in his face, you see emotion in his face, he breaks down, he cries, you feel for it. And this is something I would have to say of EastEnders. It's always been down, it's always been depressing. There's never been a happy story in EastEnders. You know what I mean? But even in the early EastEnders, there was never a happy story. You had a trot death. You had Arthur having a nervous breakdown. You had Angie falling downstairs. There was never a happy story. Oh, Angie was an alcoholic. There was never ever a happy story in EastEnders. If everyone says, oh, EastEnders, it's good, it's this, it's that, there was never a happy story. There's never been a happy story, even in the very first episode. There's never been a happy story. The trot death one, I could never watch that again. It was too down, it was too depressing. It was depressing. But this one I didn't mind it. I think the acting with Arthur has a nervous breakdown. He smashes the table and everything. You feel sorry for the character. But he did that performance. I dilute him. I dilute that actor. May he rest in peace. I know he's no longer with us. But Arthur paid that performance to a T. To a fucking T. He paid it to a T. And like I say, some of the actors, some of the actors here are sadly no longer with us. Mo is sadly no longer with us. Ethel, Dot, no longer with us. Such damn good actors and actresses. So like I say, you've got all this going on. Leslie Knifeman was getting bid at that time. You can kind of see, right? I'm not going to go into what he did in his past. It's his past. But you can kind of see why when Leslie Knifeman wanted to leave the show, why BBC did not want him to leave. You'd ever see that they begged him, they left the tift opening and so on, because in every soap, you'd have a baddie, right? You go to Dyers, you had JR. You go to other soaps, you have baddies. But this was like the first Brit BBC bad guy. Bad guy. And, you know, you'd always got a bastard. You know what I mean? You always have a villain. And this had to be the lowest of the low. Because everyone knows the scene where they're on the train and Nancy pretends that she was dying. Remembers the scene where she professed that it was all a lie, it was all a big black lie, and Dirty Den is on a train. So what happens is we get to the ending of the episode, you get a bit of music, in the teen thick, it's all happy and giggles and happiness. And then there's the bit where Dirty Den feels he knows the before. So he tells her about the black lie. It was a big black lie. And then he reveals the before's letter. And it's just the way he feels them lines, the way he does that performance, it's top notch. It's top notch. You love to rate him, and that's a job well done. That's his character. And I love the bit where he says to Anza, Happy Christmas, Ans. And it ends, you got that boom, 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 boom. Classic scene, and of course, you know, you have to wait probably 2 days after to find the fulfillment, you know, and I think right there. I think rightly it ended where Sion and Nancy walk out the teen fit, so as you know that never to be, and so on. But it was a fantastic episode, and a lot of people watched that episode. It's one of the best episodes. It's idea right when it comes to best Christmas moments in TV, EastEnders, 1986, Dirty Den, giving Nancy the proposal letter is one of the most highlights of the episode, even today. Even today. Now, Leslie Knifeman, I remember right, not long after that, he had big ratings and so on, and this old woman confronted him. True story, this. She confronted him, and Leslie Knifeman was shitting himself, thinking, oh shit, because this is the only problem. You ever pay a villain, like the history of Dyers, for instance, Larry Atman had to have a bodyguard with him. Wherever he went, not he had to have a bodyguard. You know, he's playing a bad dad when you love to hate. He had to have a bodyguard in fear that someone would take him serious and try and batter him, which has happened a few times, even though in reality it's an actor playing a part. That's how I see it. Some people take that serious. So similar with Leslie Knifeman was, I can't remember now, he was out and about, and this old woman confronted him and said, I saw you on TV, and I thought what you did was really, really rotten. And Leslie Knifeman's shitting himself, and the next thing you know, she says to him, keep up the good work. I thought that was like a laughable story. Whether it's true or not, it's a different story, but I do remember Leslie Knifeman saying that. And you can definitely see it, this was a popular one. It's Do Remember the Day, so it's the Christmas special of EastEnders. So the song says, anybody falls in love, into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.